let's talk about why relationships suck.
Mostly to start out.
Hello friends, welcome. It's a new day. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, I am Susie Q. Thanks for coming. It's nice to have you. Welcome to the show. I am talking today about relationships and why relationships in general suck. I would say 98% of relationships suck when people have had bad experiences. Why is this? Other than the fact that the general public is just pretty much effed up, relationships tend to just trigger or amplify insecurities that we have, and we kind of shove those on the other person. So, for instance, some of the typical relationship smugglers would include things like not trusting your partner, you know, always kind of assuming the worst. Obviously that comes from being hurt in the past or whatever. Sometimes it may be a way for us to avoid responsibility ourselves. Sometimes we're doing something we shouldn't be doing and we become very paranoid because we're like, well, if we can do it, then they can do it. So don't be doing stuff you don't want someone to do to you. People get into relationships with other people that they're drawn to because of that person, their qualities, who they are. And then people get into these relationships and they begin to like smother one another and like suffocate the life out of one another. And it's like people take this stance of like, you're mine, I own you. It doesn't work that way. We don't own anyone. And the minute we start to think that we do, that person then becomes like a caged butterfly or a caged bird.
And they want to spread their wings and fly. So you would be much better off to spread your wings and fly beside them.
And so what happens is people get married and they take that ownership mentality. Like, okay, all bets are off now. We're good. We're comfortable. You know, I don't really have to try that hard anymore because it's a lot of work to remove a relationship or to exit a relationship, particularly when you're married. It kind of becomes this attitude of, well, I've made this commitment, and even though I'm miserable and neither person's really doing their part or one of the people aren't doing their part, you know, I'm married and this is a commitment.
Bullshit. Like,
total bullshit. That I'm calling it right now.
Here's the thing. When you get to a point where you are miserable in a marriage, and you have stopped trying, or the other person has stopped trying, or maybe you've both stopped trying, this is now an effect of a more serious cause, okay? This is time. This is maybe months, years, who knows how much time, where that covenant and that commitment began being broken much earlier on, when it wasn't a matter of I quit, it was a matter of, and signing a document, but it was a matter of I quit mentally, I quit emotionally, I've checked out, right? I don't really pursue you. I don't, you know, care about what you think, how you feel. We don't connect anymore.
It leads people into vulnerable situations and to kind of be open for attack. That is both people's part. I mean, both people have to own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to freaking work at it, people. You have to work at it. You have to trust one another. Let each other be themselves. Like, let them have their individual thing. Don't try to squander who they are. Like, everything has to be ours. That's not how it works. That's not healthy.
It shouldn't be like that. You should each have your own thing. You still need to be you, right? You don't change for someone else.
You mold and you work with them, and it should be a fluid motion, you know? It's kind of like when you pour water into something, it takes the shape of what it's in, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still water. It just doesn't change. So work with one another and make it fluid with one another, and you can have a happy relationship. I want to enchant someone, not enslave them. I want to command the respect and the love from my significant other, not demand it. Because you can't come into a partnership as a half of a person. That other person doesn't equal a half. They do not make you a whole. You have to come in as a whole person. You can't come in needing things from other people. It's different to need something than to want something. When you need something, you become obsessive about it. You become kind of debilitated without it, and that person is gonna let you down because their needs, first of all, are different. And secondly, that's not their job. It's not their job to fulfill all of your needs. So it's much better to come in healthy and whole, and if you are not in that place, that's fine. That's totally fine. Take your time. But don't go into a relationship looking for them to fill that space. You're gonna have to fill that space. So, okay, rant commenced. I hope you all are doing great. I hope that this has helped you. I hope that this has maybe shined a light on things for you. I hope that if you are in a relationship that you are happy, that you are fulfilled. If you are not, then freaking move on. What is the deal? Just move on. There are bigger, better things out there. And if you are trapped in a situation where you cannot be yourself, or you've lost that love and feeling, then it's maybe time to reevaluate things. If both partners aren't willing to work on it, then
where are you gonna go from there, boo? Where are you gonna go?
So, anyways, I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah!
Let me stay fast. I told you, give me a minute and I'll be right back. 50 million around the world and they said that I couldn't get it. I done got so sick of back in the cooler. Getting money, divas getting money. If you ain't getting